Okay, I'm live now. If you want to come on, just hop on my Hangout that I just posted before it just jumped off. Things never work the way you want them to work. Hey, Roger, do you want to come on, buddy? Just jump on my Hangout upstairs where I posted it. Just click on it, and then I'll let you in. Hey, Randall, if you want to come on, just get on right here. Is it better? There. Yeah, if you guys want to BS, just jump on. You're sleepy? Come on, buddy. You're at work? Oh, man. I just told Richard to come on. Maybe Seth will come on. You want to just listen? Yeah, but it's boring just with just one person. I need to have another person to make it more interesting. You guys are interesting. See, you heard, you knew. You can see and hear me. All right, Roger. I got 5 people. I had 7. If you just feel free to jump in. It's a nice looking day outside. I got to go do something outside. It's 11:21 right now. But what is it? 12:01. Oh, well, it's almost time for Roger. It's almost time for you to go to bed. Yeah, it's 89 outside right now. That's a pretty decent temperature. My cousin, they cut the grass yesterday, so that looks pretty nice outside right now. So yeah, Rendell, what kind of work do you do? You're here in the States, right? Now I got 2 people. Well, let me see what he's doing. Okay. Can you hear me? No, but you can come on. There you go. Let me try to get Mikey 550. He's pretty decent. You all are decent, so I don't play favorites. Oh, that'd be nice. Send on 7. See what he's doing. Should have did this earlier today. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll come on tomorrow. And then just recruit people. Hey, Mike. Yeah, I'm just over in Facebook right now. throwing lines, throwing lines out. I need to find a Filipino lady, for she can come on. Might be a little bit late. I don't know any Filipino ladies. Well, I do, but they're all over in the Philippines. I'm not sure. Bob Porter. I knew a Porter in Alaska. He was a pretty cool guy. He also did a lot of illegal things, but he was a pretty nice guy. Yeah, I'm just throwing out lines. See if anybody want to hop on. It's always fun when you get more than one person doing this. I asked Richard if he wanted to come in, but I'm not sure what he's doing. Throwing you guys a line. I got a whole bunch of people I'm inviting. Jeff. He's a pretty good guy. Okay, a couple more people. I sent, I wonder if Big L, I haven't spoken to him for a while. He'll be the last person. See if he wants to come in for a little bit. There. Okay, let me see what's happening here. Okay. Hey, Richard. I just sent you, here's another link. Let me see if I can, headphones, speaker, headphones, there. Okay. Richard, hop on if you want. I'm on my mic now because my Dell was screwed up. Okay. No, I can't hear you, but let me see if I can pop you on here. You sound so what? Yeah, I got to change the name of my. See, I go on this one page right here, and it tells about my old page. So right here where it says I survived the Philippines, yes, but I need to change it to another. There. I got 5 viewers. Come on, Richard. Okay, the mic can't set up for Google. Hey, Jason. Come on, buddy. Don't leave me hanging. Hi, all. Come here, buddy. Just hit the, there. Hop on if you're not doing nothing. Right there's the link that you can just get on. Let me try your. Okay. I wonder if Tor, if he wants to come on. He's a decent person. but he's always busy out on his fields. Okay. Yeah, Richard, if you want, just hop on right here. Oh, Rosa. But you're in Spain. I wonder if maybe she's sleeping. I'm that would be fun. Well, I invited a whole bunch of people. I'm not sure what it is in the Philippines. I mean, in Australia. Yeah. What is Jason? 1 second on the phone with my. Okay, cool. No, no, just reply. Yeah. Okay. What? A few years. Hack. What the heck are you talking about? Yeah. Yeah. I want to go back, but I'm not sure where would be a good place to go. Cebu, you guess? I guess. Okay, good. Well, you got to invite right there, buddy. Let me see if you're gonna hop on. There you go. Yeah, I got an open invitation. There you are. Hey, Grim. Grim, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hey, buddy.
I'm not sure if his mic works very well though.
What's going on?
Not a lot. Clubhouse call at night here.
There you go. I can hear you right now.
Yeah, good. It's just a laptop microphone.
You're connected right now.
So what's happening? You broadcast.
Yeah. Just saying, hey, see what's going on the other side.
Well, it's a long way, mate. The other side's a long way.
Yeah, I hear that. But you're in Australia or are you in New Zealand?
No, I'm in Australia.
Okay.
I'm in Perth, so it's Western Australia.
Sure.
Perth has the same time as the Philippines.
Oh, okay. So you're in the same time zone?
Exactly the same time zone, yeah.
Cool. So you're also probably tired then.
Yeah,
right now it's 11:33 a.m. in Kentucky.
Yeah, well, it's 12:30 p.m. Oh, sorry, 12:30 a.m. So it's about 12 at night.
Yeah, yeah.
I've got,
Cool. Well, happy to have you come in.
I've got I work for myself, so within reason, I set my own time, you know.
Sure.
So how are things going with you?
What's that?
How are things going with you?
Not bad, man. I got a lot of my doctor stuff done. They prescribed me a whole bunch of meds, and they want to see if they work on my headaches and on my spells that I'm getting.
Are they working?
Well, yeah, they work. This one medicine I'm taking like 3 times a day, so for my headaches, because when I got hit in the head, it penetrated my temple, and it cut a whole bunch of nerves and blood vessels inside my temple, and I got ringing in my ears, like when you're a kid, you get your hearing tested, and they do
Yeah.
all these different hearing tones. Well, that's what it does to me, and man, I hear like a ringing noise all the time, even right now. But it's only on one side of on my head when I got hit. It's on that side that's ringing. Hey, Richard.
How you doing, bro? I set up my Mac. I had to put this Google plug in and everything. It was crazy. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you pretty good. You just got to talk a little bit louder, or just turn up your volume.
Yeah, I got a M audio interface here. Let me know if it gets too loud. It might feed back because I got this mic sitting on the. Let me see here.
Yeah, I could hardly hear you.
All right. All right. Let me see here.
Right.
Testing 1 2 3 4. Testing 1 2 3 4.
Yeah, that's a little bit better.
Yeah, I'll move the mic away from the. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
All right.
yeah, I'm just trying to get people to hop on the channel.
Well, I like the picture of the kangaroo. That looks cool. I heard they're tough. They can fight pretty good.
Oh shit, yeah. You gotta watch it when you're walking home from the pub late at night.
Oh, really? They'll hop on and try to hit you or grab you?
Well, kangaroos hang around in what they call mobs, and what happens is when they see you at 11 o'clock at night, they think you want their woman. So the head of the mob will come and confront you.
Uh-huh.
That's how they run. And when they confront you, I mean, I know a lot of Americans think kangaroos box. Well, they don't really
Yeah.
box, but they can kick like a mule, basically.
Huh.
And when they're hunched over, they might be 3 or 4 foot tall, but when they stand up on their tail, they can be 6 or 7 feet.
Oh.
So if you're walking home half pissed and you're not sure what's going on, like you're not aware, they'll come running up, bounce back on their tail and kick, and it happens in seconds, you know.
Put a Google plug in
my Huh. And have you ever had one or seen one that did that?
Yeah, I've seen them do it. Not to me, but yeah, it's not in a city. You've got to be
like out in the country.
Well, in the country, on the fringe, you know. It's not shown in movies, if you know what I mean.
Uh-huh. Well, yeah,
So
that sounds kind of.
Well, where I am in Perth, I'm about an hour's drive south of Perth, so it's right on the fringe, you know. And there's plenty of bush around, plenty of land around where they just run wild naturally. So they come into suburbia, you know, and normally they're harmless, but it's when you're not ready, that's when they get you, you know.
Huh. And what do they do to you? Just attack you?
Well, they'll make a noise like a grunt, and it's kind of like a, and if you don't sort of start running, if you stand your ground, that's when they think that you're trying to take their woman. So they just run up to you, bend back onto their tail, and kick you in your leg with their legs.
Oh, that would be pretty scary if you were all lit up, and then you're trying to go out, and one does that to you.
Well, it's when it's when you're not ready for it, you know. But if you're ready for it, you can take a step back and they miss, and then you know you walk away and they walk away. It's a bit of a funny situation.
Huh. Because I seen a video on YouTube that a kangaroo was like holding a dog,
Yeah,
like a pretty good sized dog, and the guy hit the kangaroo and he let the dog go, and the kangaroo like hopped away.
Yeah, did you see that he swung at the kangaroo? He hit him in the head.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he did that. He did that because if you just stand still, then he thinks that you're getting ready to kick him, so you'll try and get him first. But if you just hit him, it'll stun him, you know?
Huh. Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, not really cool, but I mean, cool if it happened to somebody else, then it would be cool.
Very interesting.
Like most things.
Grab your friend and put him in front of you before he tags you.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I've only seen it one time. You know, there was about 6 of us walking home, and you know, none of us were paying too much attention. And they come out of the dark, you know, in a rush. They're very fast.
Okay. I was thinking, wouldn't this be funny? You guys, like, if you celebrate Halloween there and you put on a kangaroo costume and you walk around. Well, one might mistake you as a real kangaroo.
When you talk about Halloween and things like that, because of TV, you get a lot of American TV, especially the last 10 or 12 years, and the newer generation start to celebrate a lot of American holidays these days.
Oh, okay.
That's too
but
bad.
They have their own version, if you know what I mean.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That is bad. That is horrible. That people are starting to get American holidays in their country, man.
Yeah. Don't ruin your culture for
so they get Americanized.
Exactly.
Oh. Well, you gotta sooner or later. I'm sure it's gonna get there. It's already in the Philippines. They do most of our holidays.
Yeah.
Halloween. Yeah, but that's a downfall, man. You start losing their culture, man.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
I'm doing pretty good. Since yesterday, had 2 good shows yesterday. One in the morning, and then one in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And then now I'm doing another one right now, so doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
I know a couple of the guys in the room caught the show yesterday, and I actually won the second show yesterday. That was actually really good. Both of them were really good, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty good. But I like to have more people give comments, like after the show. Then they come on, and then they
hey, Mikey,
put comments about your show. That helps out. Then you get like some hearsay of like what you can do better and everything.
Yeah,
like if people like that.
Feedback, you mean?
Yeah, get that
Yeah.
feedback, that positive feedback, criticism, positive criticism back. Yeah, it's always good.
Well, yeah, it's all good. I mean, even yesterday for what's his name, Barry.
Yeah,
What do they say? Bad publicity, good publicity. It's all the same.
yeah. I mean, you're gonna get views either way. I mean, it's just a matter of fact. It's just a matter of if you're going to better yourself with it or not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I said, if you can listen and you could take hearsay, like like I said, somebody criticizes you, and then you can get feed off of it.
Yeah,
And it's
use it as fuel, man.
constructive criticism.
Yeah, use it as fuel to better yourself.
Yeah,
Don't
Be-
let it defeat you. You have when you have
because
that.
there's a lot of people that really is interested about him, me, and we shouldn't take it as bad criticism. Just try to take it and just try to work with it
You can't take everything negative.
to heart.
Yeah, yeah, you can't take it personal. Don't take it personal, man. Like, don't be so sensitive.
Yeah, yeah. But like for him, I just hope that that drinking and smoking and off of somebody else's dime, that's not really good. Like what you guys were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So what are you doing today? Any plans?
Me, I got to do some get some online work done. I have to do some stuff with the store. Um, and then other than that, I'm pretty much free.
Cool. And
Find some new
are
products.
you getting people? Are people going on and listening and seeing what you are doing?
Yeah. I just uploaded two videos, little intro and on my YouTube. Just did a little intro, and then when I was watching the Mayweather press conference yesterday with him and
That was
McGregor.
pretty interesting, huh?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. I
Well,
mean,
it's pretty comical because yesterday I was listening. Mikey 550 just said something about Barry. That's kind of interesting
Barry will never change because he is.
because he sees no problem with
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, once you get rooted, it's kind of hard to uproot.
I on that video yesterday, um, I I was seeing a comment on there. He said that people make it sound so easy to make money online. With a little bit of work, it is easy to do. It's not just going to fall in your lap. Nothing is
Yeah,
going to fall in your lap. You have to put a little bit of effort into it to make something out of it. You can put a little effort and get a little bit out of it, or you can put more, like put your all in and reap the rewards from it. It's real.
yeah.
It's not. It's only as hard as you make it.
Well, that's how life is.
Exactly.
But that's why Allo asked me, should he go back to the U.S.? And no, he shouldn't go back because he has it made in the Philippines. If I was him, I would be living at his girlfriend's house. That nice house, and
Yeah.
wherever he was living at,
Yeah.
and all that land that they have right there, I would plow that up, plant foods. I'd be planting
Sell it in the
bananas,
market.
different kinds of bananas, coffee, have coffee bushes.
Sell it
So
in the
I mean,
market.
he got a lot to do, and right there, coconuts. You know, he has a lot to in front of him if he opens up his eyes.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was doing in the Philippines when I wasn't working at the Korean school. At my kid's grandparents' place, they give us like maybe, well, they gave her daughter a hectare of land, and boy, we plowed it, we planted rice, and then on the borders around the rice, I planted banana trees and coconut trees and coffee all in between each other.
And you know what? That stuff, everything, all of that grows like crazy there.
It's like a weed.
Yeah.
You could honestly throw something on the ground, and then like a week, like a seedling, and then a week later, it's already growing pretty fast.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I lived there for over 13 years, and I planted. I mean, I seen. I planted like golden coconuts and dwarf coconut trees, just the coconut itself, and it had a seedling popping out of it. I planted it, and within 5 years, I was already harvesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Darren said something really like straight like that's real life right there. You'll never know if you don't try.
Oh, exactly. Like I said, I survived 13 years in the Philippines, and I lost all my money, and I still was able to, like I said, I lost everything within 4 years, 3.5 to 4 years, and I got a little bit of the money back, and luckily I met another girl, and she had family member that had some land, and I went off of the reservation, and I just started doing stuff with my hands, because I like doing that kind of manual labor.
But see, there's a difference though, Kev. There's a big difference there. You did something that you know.
Well, yeah, because when I was a boy in Alaska, we planted strawberries, we planted potatoes. At first, I didn't like it because, like, we gotta do work, and you're a kid and you want to do something else. But as an adult, I thrived off of it.
Yeah, but I mean, and another thing, you did what you know, but
yep.
There's always but you took the chance of trying to learn something else with the businesses that you did and so on and so forth.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know. I didn't know about computers. See, like I said, if you go on my channel and like I got a slide presentation about my business, and I didn't know. I know how to work the computer, but I didn't know about the maintenance of the computer. So that's so when my computers went down, like the motherboard and all this stuff, I had to hire somebody to do the work. So I'm losing money because I didn't know what how to maintenance.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you know what you're doing, and like you with like real estate and marketing and stuff like that, then that's no problem because you already have a feel. For me, I know about food. I bouncing, so bartending and farming. I already have that as a resume, and then I'm a good talker. So when I was at the Korean school, honest to God, when I was at the Korean school, I taught them American slang, and it was great because
so you're the reason why people are talking bad.
Well, yeah, I tried, boy. And the funny thing is, a lot of my students, they were like adults like us, and they would take me out at nighttime, and we'd go to bars and all this kind of stuff, and we would talk, have conversation, and that was our class in the nightclub. drink over a beer. So the owners didn't really like that, but they were being taught and they were having English and having a brewski at the same time.
One thing is in my short 33 years, going to be 34 this year. I did a lot of things in my life. I tried.
I didn't catch that, buddy.
I said in my short years, 33 years, and be 34 this year, I did a lot of different things in life. I was in banking. I sold cars for 5 years. I was a internet sales manager for a dealership. You know what I'm saying? I did a lot of things to make myself more marketable.
Uh-huh.
And when you just sit there and you don't do anything, that's a problem.
Yeah.
When you're just stagnant. Yeah.
If you don't mind, can I ask you, are you bed stricken or are you in a wheelchair?
No, I'm in a chair.
Oh, okay.
I'm just laying down right now.
Yesterday you said you was paralyzed from your pecs down.
Yeah.
But you can use your arms.
Yeah, I can use my arms and everything.
Oh, okay. So you mean like you're paralyzed like from your buttocks on down?
No, it's like literally from like my nipples down.
Oh, okay. So, but what does that mean? Like, do you need assistance, like breathing and stuff like that?
No.
That's what I was trying to think.
Yeah,
like,
no assistance with that. Like, I mean, things take a lot longer for me to do. I just can't jump up and run to the fridge anymore. I mean, it's going to take me time with a lot of things and
to grab something.
Yeah, sometimes I do get help with if I want to get it done quicker, I'll get some help.
Okay. And do you have a dog like Spud McKenzie?
Yeah, no, not a Spud McKenzie, but I do have a dog. I have a Blue American Pit.
Oh, I know about pits. I used to have a Brendel.
Yeah, I used to breed them before, and I'm training this guy to be my my helper also.
Yeah, I mean, I never had a problem with my own pit bulls. They were wonderful dogs. I had this one of my buddies. See, again, I worked in bars when I was younger. Okay, and the bars that I worked at was like some of them were military bars, and lots of hometown girls go there. And one of my buddies brought a girl to my house, and my dog, his name was Boner, and my buddy, he was doing something on the floor, and my dog grabbed him on his leg and started humping his leg, and he was so afraid because again there was like a 2-year-old pup, and he had big claws, and all the claws was hooked onto him. And he was just doing nothing but humping his leg. Oh. and he was kind of afraid to like push him away because that was a big, like I said, that was a 2-year-old pit bull. That was a pretty good size.
Yeah, I used to breed them. I had American UKC American Blues.
Oh, okay. That's a nice one too.
I had
you're talking about a blue nose, right?
Yeah, blue nose pit. Yeah. I had 2 before they passed, but I just got another one. He's not as big as the previous ones that I had, because my when I first got into it, he was 115 pounds.
Okay, yeah, that's a good size. That's almost like the size of a Rottweiler.
Yeah, he was a good size, big meaty guy. You know what, Kev? I got some pictures of him, of the ones that I had before on my Facebook.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I've seen pictures. I've seen pictures on your Facebook. Remember yesterday I was talking and I said I seen seen you, but I meant when I was on your Facebook. I seen your motorcycle and your trips and stuff like that. Was that your mom? Like a graduation picture with another girl?
No, that was my sister.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I try to when like with the people that I try to associate with, I like to try to do my homework. So I look into your not your past, but I mean like your Facebook and YouTube, for I could also get to know you.
Yeah.
I mean, then like I said, I don't judge nobody because I used to do a lot of stuff that was questionable, when I was younger. And,
Yeah, we heard about that, guy. We heard about all that.
and I mean, I used to be a good mule long time ago. Cause see, when Alaska, I mean, I'm talking about back in the '80s and '90s when Alaska was, well, when everything was still young. But now on the plains, it's more difficult to do things. Oh, heck. Yeah, I think I did almost everything. And what Mikey said the other day, had to go back and listen to what he said. And he said that some of my things that I talk about is kind of like questionable. And then he goes, but all my stories, they're always the same. They never like, they're always the same things, and they don't
Yeah, there's no deviation of it.
yeah, they don't sound better the next day.
Yeah. It's not.
But like I said,
it's not like
I got documentations from Alaska fishermen to my time in the Philippines, from my head. I get all. I mean, I got documents. I mean, how long I've been in the Philippines? Because somebody said the other day, well, not the other day, but a while ago, that I was full of bull, that I couldn't survive 14, 13 years in the Philippines, and not having a steady income. And I go, no, but yeah, I don't burn my bridges, and I just, but only time I burn my bridges is when I had two baby mamas at the same time.
Yeah, that's some trauma right there.
Yeah, and that was too when I was in Bacolod. That's where everything happened. But yeah, but I'm not saying I'm proud of it, but
you're just a ladies,
it is what
man.
It is.
You're a ladies' man, Big Kev.
Well, no, I just like them. Like I just like boom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Randall, I was married before. My ex-wife was Panay from Davao, but raised here in the U.S. She came over here when she was 12. But yeah, I'm not in the Philippines right now. I was just answering Randall.
Yeah. But now your new girlfriend, how long you been with her now?
It's been a couple months now. It's been 4 months.
And did you meet her through a friend or?
No, it was online.
A church group?
No.
Just online, huh?
Yeah.
But you did go meet her already?
No. I'm going September, or it's looking like September, but things could change because I'm moving to Texas in this month. So it's going to be in between September and October. I'll be going over there.
Oh, there's quite a bit of guys here that is from Texas. I mean, here I'm talking about like through my subscribers, Roberto. There's a couple other guys that are in Texas right now.
California is expensive, man.
A lot of business in Texas now. Dell is there. A lot of big business. Yeah.
A lot of business. A lot of businesses from California are moving to Texas.
Right. A lot of Fortune 500 companies there.
Yep.
Hey, Richard, I haven't heard from you, buddy. So I'll let you babble for a little while.
No, I was just when you were talking about
No.
your two women, man. I was just outside. I'm a bad boy. I was having a smoke. I'm a bad boy.
Oh,
But
yeah, I got beautiful kids, but my son's mom. That's when my son passed away. He passed away when he was 10 months old. I got pictures of him in my Facebook.
I saw him. He's adorable. He looks
Yeah,
just like you, man.
thank you, buddy.
Yeah, he
Oh,
looks.
all my kids though, they all got
Yep.
my cliff chin.
Your daughters, they look just like you, and your son looked just like you too.
Yeah, so that's one way I know that they're my kids because they all act. They have my habits on how I do things like sleep, talk. Like sometimes when I take a picture, I put my hand on my hip, and if you look at my daughters when they're taking a picture, they all do the same thing, try and position themselves. Hey, Roberto came back.
Hey, Berto.
There he is, the one and
Oh
only.
man, yeah, you're always welcome. Mikey 550 can join in too. We could just do a part 2 of Dave's show.
So Big Kev, who was it? Barry Jordan or whatever? I got disconnected in the other room. He came into that other room.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he came in here. Did he come in here already?
I don't know anything about him. I've seen like Sentai 7 had some altercation or something with him. I saw one video one time with him, but I don't know anything about him or anything.
They had a sit down. They had a sit down before they because there was a lot of
I seen that.
There was a lot. I don't know. I can't remember exactly, but there was like some hearsay going around in their little circle, and Ren from Sentai he kind of confronted them about it.
Hey Gary, if you want to come on, you can.
But that other room was off the hook. Everybody was all on the mic at the same time talking. And Sez was in there. I haven't heard Sez in quite a while, man. So he's still around.
I like Seth. I mean,
yeah, me too.
He's a comical person.
Yes, he's a good talker too.
Yeah.
Jason, you got a good speaking voice too. Are you a singer by any chance?
No, man. I am a horrible singer.
Because you got a nice speaking voice.
Yeah, no, that's just from my line of work, man. Talking to the public, when I was at the bank, and then also when I was selling cars, man.
There you go, buddy. If you want to come on, there's a link.
No, and to be honest, I'm quite shy, and I'm like a very private person. But with that line of work, it got me out of it.
Yeah, my wife is very much into like public speaking. She grew up in Cebu, and I've been married to her for 8 years, and she got her under.
Brother.
Hey, what's up? She got.
Roberto, you look like you're in the hood right now.
Roberto.
Good. Bit upper class.
Are you driving a lowrider?
Roberto's from Dallas, right? Or San Antonio?
Yeah. Dallas. I'm driving through Dallas right now.
And maybe he's got not a good Wi-Fi.
Outside of Dallas? Hey, you say hi to JR for me.
JR.
Hey, guys.
Is he still alive? JR from Dallas?
Larry Hagman? I always like JR and those that Dallas TV show.
Yeah, it was like a nighttime
I thought he was
opera.
great.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what? There's a funny story about that one. When my mom was in labor, she refused to go to the hospital. When she was in labor with me, she refused to go to the hospital because she was watching Dallas.
Oh my! I heard I heard. Remember Mass and the last day of Mass they were having on the last day, and in New York City they had a water shortage because everybody went to bathroom at the same time. And everybody, like I said, went to the bathroom at the same time. They all flushed the toilet, and they almost had a water shortage when that TV show was on. The last day of Mass.
Yeah, she didn't. My mom didn't go to the hospital until Dallas was over.
Oh my, that's pretty funny.
But Richard, what were you saying earlier?
Oh yeah, I was telling you because you seem like you're a young businessman. I was telling you, my wife, she was really much into like the Toastmasters, and she still is now. She loves public speaking and stuff like that. I take her here in New York to I think it's like the third Thursday or Wednesday of every month to that, and she loves that stuff, public speaking. She loves it.
Huh. I can't do public speaking. I get all scared and nervous. My throat, like I want to cry.
A big guy like you.
I couldn't do that.
You know, in high school and growing up, I used to be really shy about speaking in front of the class and so on and so forth. But man, it's really not that bad. It's really not that bad because you think about it. These people that you're talking to they wake up just like you. They get out of bed just like you, unless you're paralyzed or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're doing the same things that you're doing. What makes them any different? Like, what's the big fear about? Just do it.
Yeah.
It's really not that. It's really not that hard to do. Once you overcome that, everything will come easy.
Yeah, it just takes practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Hey Gary, I didn't hear what you said the last time. Like when you came on, I didn't hear the like your story.
Well, hey Kev, how you doing?
Hey buddy, do you want to come on? Because all I heard was you were from Massachusetts, and that perked me up.
Oh wait, who are you talking to? Are you talking to
Gary?
Me? Are you talking to me, Kev?
Yeah.
No, I'm from Detroit, not Massachusetts. Oh, you talking about the Grammy?
Oh, is he? Because who was was that the Navy guy?
Yeah, that was the Navy dude. He's not here. That was that Robert guy.
I apologize because I thought you was the one, because again I got in there a little bit late and
no, I'm from Detroit.
Just trying to figure out what's going on.
Motown.
Yeah, it used to be a great place to live, but not anymore, obviously.
Yeah. Hey, what do you think about Detroit now, man?
You know what? I was there this past year, Jason, and actually, I went back probably a few years back because I started doing some reunions with some high school friends, and a couple of my friends and I started driving in neighborhoods that we used to hang out with when we were kids, like Clark Park area. I don't know if you're familiar with Detroit. Clark Park area. And also on the west side and stuff where I used to live. And man, it's really changed. I mean, you see a lot of, you can go on the east side of Detroit and you'll see like neighborhoods where, say, if you take a city block and you've got like, say, 50 houses on a city block, and that's about right, you might have 6 people living there, and the rest of the houses are either boarded up, abandoned, or half been fired down. You know what I mean? They're caught fire. You got a half a house just sitting there. And I think one of the problems Detroit is going through right now is they don't have the funds to tear these houses down. They just don't have the money. I mean, these are like ghost towns now. I mean, and another problem you got is a lot of these areas, Detroit couldn't afford to pay the electric bill at one time. So you don't even have street lights on a lot of these neighborhoods anymore, I mean, it's, we're talking about a city that's about 140 square miles, and it used to be up to about 2 million people in its heyday back in the late 50s. Now it's now down to under 750,000. It might be down to about 600,000.
That's what I was about to say. I was going to say 800,000, but
Less than that. I mean, I heard 750, but you know, I think what Detroit did is because the figures were so low. I think if they're under 750 or something, I think they get cut off on certain federal aid, so they had to prop their numbers up. From what I remember a couple years back when the census came out, so they may be under 750, but they're saying they're at 750,000 just to be able to get that federal aid.
With Detroit, from what I was seeing, like I haven't been there, but like been there personally to see how everything is now. But it's definitely in a weird transitional stage right now.
Yeah, but it'll take a long time. And here's the thing: the problem you have with Detroit, actually, it's got some assets, but it's got some positives and there's some negatives. When I was a kid, you know, you either work in a factory or you got to get out of Detroit. You know what I mean? That's what it was. And the problem was, unlike Chicago, all the lakefront in Detroit was owned by private business. So they couldn't really develop the lakefront there for tourism. They couldn't do it because it was privately owned by all the factories, you know, like Ford, GM, and all that. Where like here, I'm in Chicago here, all the lakefront is owned by the city. So we got tons of tourism and festivals and all that stuff.
The difference between the two, though, the difference between the two is because they were getting their shipments in from that lakefront area.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. So and so really the city couldn't develop into other types of industries. You know, it was just factories where, you know, if you live in Chicago, we've got some light industrial factories, we've got tourism, we've got banking. So we've got a lot of different sectors here of different types of jobs. Where in Detroit, it's called a one-trick pony. And, you know, it's factories, manufacturing, and that's it. Now they're trying to, you know, since the companies like closed down a lot of these factories and everything, Detroit's trying to get into tourism now. But you know, it takes a lot of money to develop your lakefront and all that. They just don't have the funds, you know. So it's going to take them a long time. It may take 2-3 generations because what you're starting to do is you're starting to get a lot of large companies moving into the Detroit area because it's cheap rent, and also and you're starting to get like younger people. Like there's an area called Hamtramck in Detroit, and there was a story on 60 Minutes a few years back. You've got a lot of immigrants from Germany, like these artists that moved into that area because it was, you know, you can buy a house in Detroit right now. If you went to Detroit, you could buy a house for $50. You could buy a house for $50.
Oh yeah, you
can fix it up a little.
You can buy a whole block for like $1,000, $5,000.
Right, but the thing is, you know, you can't even go out of your house. You know what I mean?
You're a prisoner.
What's that?
Would you be like a prisoner in your house?
Well, you know, it's the question. Yeah, kind of, because there's really nowhere to go. You know what I mean? You obviously have to have a car to get out of there because the transportation system really sucks in Detroit. You could be waiting for a bus. If you don't get shot, you might have to wait 2-3 hours, you know, to catch the bus because buses don't run on the regular time. And you know what? Detroit, there is no major supermarket chain in Detroit. I heard Whole Foods just went into Detroit, but I'm sure they're only in certain areas. But there's actually no major supermarket chain in Detroit. It used to be Kroger's, it used to be A&P's. They're all out of there. There's no money to be made.
Yeah, it's sad the way our system kind of failed Detroit. But I mean, you can only blame the companies that were in there.
Well, no, you have to actually blame there was extreme amount of corruption in the city government. I don't know if you remember, you know, I was there when I was there back in the 70s. I remember I was a junior in high school, and Coleman Young comes out of prison and became the mayor of Detroit. Here's the guy, does a prison term, 10, 15 years, comes out and becomes the mayor of Detroit. We knew right there, this is over. The city's over. The city became
Wasn't there somebody else that was like there was some more big news in Detroit?
After that, there was Fitzpatrick or Kirkpatrick. You know, he scammed a bunch of money. He's in jail. So the whole point is Coleman Young was in there for at least 20 years. They gutted. I mean, they just gutted. They gutted Detroit. You know, I don't know if you remember, there was some money that came in to do it like a people mover. It's called like a little subway. Well, you know, it's so stupid. Think about it. It's not even a subway. What they did is they built this little rail system just about, it goes about 3 miles around the city, but you got to drive to it to get to it, which is really dumb. So they spent all this money. It was a big scam. It was called the People Mover, and you know, they stole a lot of money. They gutted. I mean, the Detroit's aldermen, they just gutted that city, man. They just stole all that federal money big time. I mean, just to give you a quick example, when we moved to Detroit back in '66, and right before the riots occurred in '67, we bought a house for 16 grand. And then I heard that our house, my grandpa died, I think it was like in the late '90s. I heard at that time that my uncle sold the house for around 70. Now the prices, I was tracking the prices in that area. Prices until that 2008 crash went up to as high as 120 grand. There's no way in hell I would have ever paid 120 grand for a house in Detroit. But now my grandfather's house, I just saw it on the internet back in 2013. And how much you think it sold for? It was flipped a few times. How much you think the person sold it for?
You said 2013. I would probably say 40, 30, anywhere from 25 to about 40.
13 grand.
Ooh, shit.
13 grand. And actually, you know, what's interesting is I live on the west side of Detroit, which is right next to East Dearborn. I mean, we lived a half a block from East Dearborn. And that neighborhood's not bad, but still, we got 13 grand for it. I mean, not us, but whoever sold it. Yeah. I saw the realtor. I talked to the realtor. They sold it for 13 grand. So again, you know, the city's got it. It'll take generations to bring it back up to par, you know. Yeah. And what they need to do really is to build up some good transportation. It's a great area if somebody didn't have much money and they wanted to go retire somewhere, because you can buy a house real cheap and all that. But the problem is, you know, you got to get good transportation there. You got to get cops, you know, security, all that stuff. You know.
Yep, you got to get the infrastructure in place.
Jimmy.
Yeah. That's the problem.
Jimmy, if you want to come on, and Mikey 550, if you guys want to come on and go live, I'm inviting more people if Mikey and them want to come on.
Yeah, it's just
it's rough. I mean,
it's kind of sad. You know, a lot of America is turning a blind eye to our here at home. It's bad, man.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? I mean, I'm a finance major. You know, I minored in economics when I was in college, and everything that they're doing is the opposite of what they teach you in school, and that's why we're in the shit.
Exactly.
I'm serious.
Oh, you know, my goodness.
I mean, we became a consumer nation where we used to be a saving nation. You know, so I mean, if you're a consumer nation, you're just throwing money away. Money's going out of the country. If you're a saving nation, money, you know, stays in the country. You loan it back out. You grow the domestic economy. If they just focused on the domestic economy here, we actually could do quite well. But again, the corporations have way too much power in this country.
Way too much, man.
And they just basically buy the White House. You know, it's just it's a mess, to be honest with you. I'm sure you guys know that better than I do. So.
Oh man, yeah, we're everybody's. I'm pretty sure everybody in the room, in the chat room, here on live, can actually relate to how bad it is here in the U.S. I mean,
well, yeah, I mean,
it's not dire. It's not dire at all. It's not like a third world country, but
we ain't far from it. If you think
exactly.
I mean, you go into some of these neighborhoods like Cleveland, Detroit, all the Rust Belt neighborhood, you know, Rust Belt cities. You go into inner cities there. I bet you it looks like a third world country in most of them cities. You know.
But
you know, Cleveland had its issues as well. Again, and then they wonder why, you know, smart money doesn't live in this country. Smart money is living outside the country. You know, that's where the smart money's you know. And again, everybody wants to leave. You know, it's not what it used to be, plain and simple. You know, it's not what it used to be.
And didn't Kid Rock buy a brewery over there in Detroit? Is that still going?
You know what? I'm not a Kid Rock fan. Never was, or I'm not an Eminem fan either. You know, again, a lot of these, you know, guys that they were, you know, these bands and all that. A lot of them guys, they don't really live around Detroit. They might live in Ann Arbor, or they might live in northern Michigan. A lot of nicer areas than Detroit. But then again, a lot of them guys also may, you know, there's an area called Grosse Pointe on the east side of Detroit. There's 5 areas: Grosse Pointe Farms, Grosse Pointe Woods, Grosse Pointe Park, Grosse Pointe, and there's another Grosse Pointe. These are, if you're going to live anywhere in Detroit, you live on the east side. These are the suburbs. That's where all the money's at, in these areas. But again, I wouldn't want to own anything around the Detroit area. But that's just me.
Yeah. And did you live in? Do you live in the Philippines, or are you just going back and forth?
You know what? I'm moving out there full time in 2019 with my wife. My wife just came out last year. We're just waiting for her to get her citizenship here. And then what's interesting is in 2019, the same year that she'll be allowed, you know, to qualify for citizenship, I turned 62 and I'm going to apply for Social Security. So we're all going to get the hell out. We're getting out. I mean, I don't want to live here. And she didn't even want to come here. You know, she didn't even want to come here. But again, 2 more years and we're out. We've already downsized. I mean, I already sold my condo this past September, just because I think real estate prices kind of peaked out a little here. And then we're just downsizing with some other stuff, you know, furniture, stuff like that.
Yeah. Mikey 550, he said he wouldn't want to bring his wife to the U.S. I mean, well, if he had one, I hope I quoted him.
Yeah, he said he said he wouldn't bring him here to the U.S.
You know what? There's some good and there's some bad with that. And here's the way I look at it. And again, I went to the Philippines starting in 2014, and I've been there probably around 7 times in the last 3 years. I would say that if there's a huge age difference between you and your girlfriend or you and your wife, don't bring her here, man. Because when you go there, yeah, you're the man, you know. But when she comes here, everybody's gonna go after her, and she'll be able to find younger guys. Hey, you know what? Hey, I gotta take this call, but I'm still gonna stay on and I'll come back. I'm just gonna step off for a minute. I'm at the office just a minute.
Hey, Roberto, how you doing, buddy? Graham, you still with us?
Yeah.
Don't let me wake you up.
You know, earlier you talked about,
I think Roberto's still working.
Some of those cheaper places and about security. And as soon as government fixes security, people come.
Yeah.
We've had that here in Australia, where areas have become dilapidated and the government hasn't looked after them, and they've become so cheap, but then nobody would go there anyway because, you know, you can't jeopardize your family.
Sorry about that, guys.
As soon as you put security back in there,
exactly, Grim.
People will come.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like some of Kid Rock's older music. It was pretty good.
You know, Kev, back to what you that question that you asked, like, you know, to me, I think that it could be depending on the person too. If the person, especially like the Filipino, the foreigner that comes to the States, it all depends.
It does. That has a lot to do with it. But here's the thing that could happen. I think it's good. It's a good experience for your Filipina to come to the U.S. just because she may need to understand that, hey, it's not all the streets aren't paved with gold here, and we do work hard for our money. That would be one reason that it would be beneficial for her to come here, to understand that the life here is also tough as well as, you know, as in the Philippines. But here's the thing that's going to happen. If a Filipina comes here, and again, if she doesn't have it together, depending on what her motives are, and if there's a big age difference, hey, she's going to be like, she's going to see a guy that's her age that can support her, and she may leave you. If there's a big age difference.
Gonna do a trade-in.
Huh?
So do a trade-in.
Well, she could, and I've heard that happen. I've heard that happen. That happens, believe it or not. Now, if you're in the Philippines and there's a big age difference, well, she's not going to trade you in, man. Because hey, we step off the plane, dude. We're in that top 5%. We are in that top 5%. So people are going to look at us differently. Filipinos are, So
it's like I said, like I was saying, it's a matter of that person, but
right.
It's like if they're proud of their culture, they're not gonna they'll adapt to the culture, to the US culture, but they're not going to just be the American culture.
Well, but here's the problem, Jason. Once a Filipino comes here, and I'm from another country, so it takes when I came here, I was younger, so I adapted quicker. But just think about it. You bring a Filipina here, say she's in her 20s or 30s, she's past that age of 16, so it's going to take her a little bit longer to adapt to this country. But on the average, it takes 5 to 7 years for a foreigner to come to the United States and become Americanized. Once your Filipina becomes Americanized, dude, you're done for. You're toast. You're toast, I'm telling you. Because what's going to happen is she's going to hang out with some of the Filipinas here that have been here for a long time. They're going to tell her rights, this, that. I mean, the feminist movement is very strong here in the United States.
Do a little bit of brainwashing.
It's
they'll brainwash her.
Don't get me started on that one.
Well, again, I've seen this happen to people. I've seen it happen to people, so you got to kind of be careful. My wife didn't even want to come here. She didn't. But she's coming here for 3 years. And, for the first 6 months when she came here, she kept asking me, hey, Jerry, I mean, we're really going back, right? We're going back to the Philippines. I says, you know what? I'm going to prove to you that we're going back. I got a really nice condo. She thought it was too big. So I sold it. I said, hey, I want to take my money out of this thing. You mind if we go to a smaller place, we'll rent? She goes, no problem. Once I sold the condo, she knew I was for real. She knew what I mean? She knew, here it is, the guy sells this thing. I'm going to go back. So I kind of had to prove to her that, yeah, we're getting out of here. Don't worry. To put her at ease, She wasn't freaked out or anything. What's that?
I said, sooner or later, you're going to get out.
Well, yeah, and what was interesting is I knew I was going to bring my wife here, so I set it up where I bought my condo, that it was close to good transportation, that she can get around, because she didn't want to get a driver's license. So when she came to Chicago, man, we're right by the L station, the train station, the subway system. We're right by the buses. She calls me a week later. She goes, hey, I found a bike on Craigslist. Can you buy it? I go, no problem. Bought her a bicycle. She likes to roam around the area. So, for her, it worked out really well, and she adapted really quick. But again, her English was really good too, so that helps a lot too.
But there is a difference when somebody has the mindset of America is all great, especially like a Filipino, like, oh, I want to come to the US, because they have that mindset of
making money and all that.
Well, not just making money, just that mindset of like the Hollywood lifestyle.
Yeah.
And they have, but when you have a Filipino that's like that's even worked overseas, they've experienced what it's like. Other than that, so yeah, they will get Americanized. Right. They will get Americanized, but it won't be as Americanized. I would say probably the corrupt way.
Yeah, it won't be as bad. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's true.
I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm not saying it won't happen at all, because it will.
Or they will get Americanized. I mean, I guarantee you they will get Americanized.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, if they're here 5 to 7 years, let's just say 7 years, they will get Americanized. Because one of the things I notice here, and I hang out with a lot of Filipinos here. We've got a huge seafood city here, so you meet a lot of Filipinos and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And there's a few areas where there's smaller Filipino like supermarkets and stuff that we go to, and there's a lot of them that want to stay here. And here's the reason I figured out why they stay here. What happens is, and my wife explained this to me, which it didn't dawn on me at first. A lot of the Filipinos come here, right, and they'll send money back to help the other relatives, right, because they feel obligated. So they send all this money back to help the cousins, the uncles, this or that, and then they don't have enough money to actually come back and live in the Philippines because they couldn't save enough, and they're stuck in the U.S. That's what happens too.
Yeah.
Which never dawned on me, but that happens a lot too here. It's interesting. Yeah. So
I got a couple of friends. They want to move back, go back to the Philippines. Just well, I got this one friend. She wants to go back into nursing because it costs too much here, but she wants to go back to the Philippines and go
into nursing
school.
But they got the best nursing schools in the world. She'd be crazy to go to nursing school here. Better off go to the Philippines to get the best schools, and it costs a heck of a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
You know, we've got friends here. She came in. She got a visa because she's a nurse, and then her and her husband's an engineer. They had no problem getting visas. Nobody sponsored them. Nothing. There's huge demand for nurses. She was working in UAE. And then from there, once her contract was up, she got a contract to come to the States. And you know, again, I didn't ask her how much she makes, but she's got to be knocking down. I know nurses here that are knocking down $100,000 a year.
Yeah, you're going to be making at least just on
at least 70,
not overtime or anything. You're going to be making anywhere from about 5,600 a month, easy.
Yeah. And that's what 60, 65, right around there. Yeah.
And that's easy. And that's not doing overtime. That's not picking up extra shifts. That's nothing like that. See, that's true. Like with my plan, what I'm doing is I'm bringing my fiance here, and I would say no more than 10 years. No more than 10 years, I'm out.
How old are you, Jason?
I'm 33. I'll be 34 in October.
Oh, cool. Okay, so 43. Yeah. I mean, you know, and keep one thing in mind though. When you leave that early, again, as long as your money, you know, you got a good income and stuff like that before you go to the Philippines. Keep in mind now, your Social Security is going to take a hit. Okay, but if you don't care about that, then it doesn't.
Because remember, I'm disabled now.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know how that works. I really don't know how that works. So. Okay, so again, I don't know how that works.
I'm disabled now, and I have my online store. So,
okay, so that's cool. Yeah, great. Hey, good. You know, that's great.
And
again,
but I have my stocks also because I was investing.
Well, what they say is that there's 3 ways of making money in the Philippines. One is obviously if you got some kind of pension. 2 is investment income, and 3 some kind of online business. So if you got one of the 3, you'll definitely be able to live in the Philippines. And if you got 2 or 3 of all 3, then it's gravy. You know, that's what they say.
Yeah. See, my whole plan is we're gonna be no more than 10 years. 10 years, then we'll be back over there. But I'm gonna build a house with apartments.
Over there?
Yeah, over there.
You better really research that before you do it, brother. Seriously, because it's not going to be in your name. You know that, right?
I know. But it's.
Sure.
When she's working here, we're saving all of her income. We're living off of my income.
Okay.
And everything that's saved up, then we're gonna go back there. I'm gonna also get a retirement visa there.
Right. Now here's how it works though. Okay. Just one thing to throw at you from my understanding is if you got property there, okay, so you and your wife, say you build a house. Now you buy the property, the land's going to be in her name. You're going to put the house in your name, I presume, and get a lease, right? Lease from her. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, here's how it goes. So if you have no kids, okay, well, let's just say if you have kids, what'll happen is if your wife passes away, okay, for whatever reason, that house goes to your kids, not to you. Okay, it
Yeah.
goes to your kids. All right. Now, if you have no kids, say your wife passes away. Now, here's how it works. From my understanding, the property. Well, you will have to sell the property because now you have to share that property with her, like if she's got sisters and brothers.
Yeah, her first siblings.
So you will never actually own that property. Even though you rented, you've got a lease, they'll force you out of that house somehow. So
Yeah,
just keep that in mind. You're not in control. You're not in control of your property, and you never will be. You never will be.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm not there to, like, I'm always gonna have that backup.
Got to.
If I had to get out for some reason,
you got a plan. Yeah,
I have a plan, and I have money to do that.
Good for you.
I'm not gonna be like other people to where
you lose your life savings.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit there and invest everything in there. This is gonna be the money that we save, but I'm still gonna have my money.
Cool. Good. That's cool, man. Smart guy. Yeah, hey, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna stop talking and listen to you guys because I don't want to be black. I don't want to be like talking all the time.
Yeah, you guys are doing a good job.
Hey, Roberto, what's up, man? Oh, you didn't hear me.
Oh, my computer froze up on me, I think. No. Okay.
Yeah, if I don't want to take over the live stream there.
I just came off of Dave's live stream. I'm all burned out. I'm all live streamed out.
Yeah, he was pretty interesting.
Yeah, the
whole show was.
Yeah,
that Aloe guy. He's pretty informative.
Yeah, he's a nut. But that's what makes the show,
Yeah.
I didn't know there was one that went on. So.
Yeah, you know what? It's yeah. I don't think they advertise that there's a show coming up, but it's always at the same days, I think, right, or something like that, or Wednesdays and Fridays. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, like I can't Tuesday.
I didn't even know that of the channel. So.
Okay.
But a lot of these guys, when they go live, they have it's out like it's illuminated saying that they're live right now.
Right. Yeah, just like yours. It'll be red in red. For example, Dave's. It's always at 7 in the morning, our time, like Eastern time here in the U.S. So I know I just check at 7 o'clock if he's got a show coming up, and that's usually where I find it. And Aloe, he just started doing it, so it's hard to say when his times are.
Yeah. But yeah, that's why I try to wait and see what they are doing. I don't want to have a show and then I'm on at the same time because it kind of robs the other person.
Right. Yeah.
So, Kevin, what was your take on the show yesterday?
Well, it was pretty funny. I mean, I had a good time. I don't like to go head hunting because again, if I make a mistake one time, then everybody's gonna try to go after my head. So it's better to be a spectator than like I said. I just don't like criticizing, but I that's why I said he should stay in the Philippines and utilize his time there like a little bit better. But he just needs to be careful and don't get caught. Like don't let his past catch up to him, because Mikey was saying that he'll never change because he has it like it's in his blood almost.
Well, Roberto's going to give him a shot. I mean, hey, Roberto, you're going to give him a shot, right?
Hey, Kevin, can you be quiet for a minute, man? I need to step in here. You got to take a breath, man. Take a deep breath.
Hey,
And
you be
what
nice
did I
to
tell
me.
you? What did I tell
I'm
you
going to
about
go to
your
the bathroom.
bedroom?
I'll be right back.
What did I tell you about your
So, Roberto,
bedroom?
you have
need
the.
you need to.
Say,
Hey,
say
Roberto,
hi.
what's up, man?
Hey, Victor.
Hey guys. Hey, I want to quickly check my my sound, because every time I try to get on here, I'm on Hangouts, but I'm also on my cell phone, so I'm switching back and forth from the from YouTube.
It sounds
can
good.
You hear, can you hear
I can hear you.
I know, but can you hear the background noise? Because I'm inside a store.
You know what? I can hear you good, but it's lagging a little bit. Like what you're saying lags a little, but it's also up to date as well. I don't know if that makes sense.
Not really. I don't hear I can barely hear the background noise.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, same here, barely.
I can hear the leprechauns.
You are a leprechaun. A huge leprechaun.
I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
All right. Just don't take us with you. That's all we ask.
Hey, Roberto, I want to mention that was cool of you yesterday, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hey, that was cool what you did for Barry yesterday, man.
Yeah,
meaning that helping him out at the end, that kind of stuff. That was really cool.
Yeah, I meant it, and in a sense, I kind of felt sorry for him after I chewed him out.
Yeah.
And put in my sense, but in reality, he's there trying to survive. Now he got put there in his own reconnaissance, or his own will, and now he's stuck there. So might as well make the best of it.
Sure.
So yeah, we can't fault him for that.
No, that's true. I mean, hopefully he'll take the opportunity and run with it. The odds are not that high, but hopefully he'll do it.
And I gave him like I said, he can reach out to me anytime, and I can show him what to do and how to do it. But
right, and if he screws us, then he's in big trouble.
It's not even about screwing anyone. He won't screw me, because I'm gonna I'll show him how to do it, and he can go off and run with it, and it'll be all on him.
Yeah, but with me, I'm gonna be his capital.
Yeah,
for a short period of time until he makes some money. And
you're gonna finance him?
Yeah.
Well, as long as it's not a big nut to finance, you know what I mean? As long as it's on it. If it's like just a few hundred or whatever, it's not gonna you won't be destitute if he doesn't pay you back. Let's put it that way.
$500 or $600 will get him started.
Yeah, and that ain't gonna kill you if he screws you. You know what I mean? At least you proved your point.
Well, I have other guys on this system, and I'm willing to put down $1,500 to help them out, capital wise. But yeah, I'm doing it a little bit at a time, and not too many people, because you get too many people, then somebody's gonna screw me, and I'm out of all that money.
Right. Yeah, good idea.
You see what Victor said, huh?
No, I'm not watching. I'm not watching the other side. What do you think?
Victor said, I hung out with Bama 2 days in Alano Beach. I don't think Roberto should finance him with anything.
Oh. Well, you know what? Unfortunately, when people have bad habits, you know what I mean?
It's hard to break. But it only takes
not bad habits,
It only takes, what is it? Is it 60, 90 days to break a habit?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. For some people, it takes longer.
but no, they actually ran tests. It's like 60 or 90 days to break a habit. You just have to actually put yourself to it. But it's just people are not willing to. They want it. They want a handout.
Did you see what Victor just wrote? He said Bama ordered 2 packs of cigarettes on his bill the first night.
Wow.
Oh, that's okay. Whatever. Yeah. I mean, you know what, Roberto?
Yeah, stuff like that kind of scares me. That kind of scares me a little bit.
You know what you do, Roberto? You go there, you sit down with the guy, you talk about it, and you feel him out. And if you don't feel comfortable, and you know that something inside you is going to say, don't do it, then don't do it.
Yeah, yeah.
You have the right to back out of anything. So it's not like, you're on the hook to help the guy out or anything. Just say, hey man, I don't feel comfortable. I've decided not to do it with you. Plain and simple. You know?
Yeah. Even my brother, about 10, 12 years ago, I gave him $20,000 to start a piggery business. He started with I think 6 sows. You know, they're producing between 300 litters a year. I think was it 7 sows, 300 litters a year, because they do it twice. They give birth twice a year if you do it right.
Right.
So he was making good money, and then all of a sudden, I came to back to the States, and all of a sudden I'm hearing this. Lost about 10 pigs. Oh, we lost about
so he spent the money.
10 sacks of feed. Oh, we lost, this and that. I go, oh my God. And then what? It gets dwindling down.
Yeah, I mean, are you real close to your brother, man?
Oh yeah.
That'd be surprising.
But what happened was when I went back the following year, and I saw that it wasn't him that was doing it, and he thought it was one of his nephews from his wife. And actually it was the neighbors were taking it.
Oh shit.
And I was blaming him because he was telling me all this, but he wasn't saying who was doing it, or he thought it was doing it. He thought it was him. But yeah, things like that happens, and if you don't supervise it, like with Barry, I probably would supervise it the first couple of weeks and see how he does with the products that I give him, and if he makes what he needs to make, and then I'll finance the rest.
The question is, does he have the discipline to follow through? That's the problem.
Yeah,
in
business. Yeah, and I don't think he's a business-minded person.
He's not.
And I was gonna say, hey, maybe go to his girlfriend, because his girlfriend's Filipina, and she knows the area where she lives at. Not in Cebu, but in Bohol.
Right.
And she has relatives there where this product can take off in that small barrio. I mean, no doubt. She can probably do, in a month, she probably can do 15,000, 20,000 pesos easily.
Well, yeah. I mean, if she can see that, if you can convince her and have her see that, then that's the incentive of her to do it. She'll probably do it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's with starting a business. It's like you gotta have the willingness to learn the knowledge to where you can actually make the money. It's not gonna fall in your lap. And sadly, a lot of Americans and a lot of other people too have that mindset of it's just gonna come easy. It's just gonna be easy. It's just gonna fall. But you gotta work for a little bit, man.
Nobody wants to work nowadays, man. These new generations coming up, they don't want to work for it.
Yeah, it's just different. This one's different from with you, Jason, with the internet. This one here, you have to do some groundwork. You have to go out there, and pitch your products. But I mean, it's basically just for expat who are what I'm going for is expat who are in the Philippines, who are married to Filipinas, or have girlfriends who are Filipinas, and help them out. With, like, for example, I can't remember his name now, and from Angeles City.
Seth?
Not Seth. Not Tuk Tuk. Not Tuk Tuk. But I've talked to those guys. They know about the product.
What is that guy? What is that guy's
Philly
name?
Philly in the Philippines?
Not
Lucas.
Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas.
Lucas. Now, in his situation, he has a disability. He's getting some kind of help, but he's not making enough, And he does do something on the side to make a little bit of money. Now, he'd be a perfect person to do it because his wife is. His wife can go out and.
You didn't let nobody
do this, and then.
Wow, you're doing real good, Roberto.
Man, Kevin, please.
Hi,
Quit
guys.
disturbing me. Quit talking,
Thank you
man.
for not burning down the house.
Why you like
Huh?
jumping in just right in the middle of while I'm talking?
Of course.
Where we say, Roberto?
Anyway. Well, anyways, but yeah, I mean, those would be perfect people for, for my,
Cool.
I don't know what to call it.
Well, you know what,
to
Roberto?
finance.
So you're just basically going after the expat type of business, and that's probably the best thing to do, because I don't know if you're going to make a lot of money off the Filipinos. Is that what you're saying?
Well, actually,
You know what I mean?
this
Is
particular
it
product
oriented towards the expats spending the money? Are you making money off of expats, or are they going to be making money off of Filipinos? Filipino economy.
They can be making money off the Filipinos, the local village, local barrios.
Sure.
Whatever. But that's the target, market target.
Cool.
And it's not really.
Roberta, can I make a suggestion?
Go ahead, Graham.
If you really want to help somebody that needs help over there, why don't you send him to your brother for 6 weeks training?
I'm sorry, man. I can't really hear you.
He said
again, Graham.
But
he said if you really wanted to help somebody out, why don't you send them to your brother for like 6 weeks of training?
Oh no, that was 12 years ago. Now his business has 20 sows, and he's tripling his business. So he started with like 6 sows. Now he's over almost.
But what Grammy's saying.
Send him to your brother to work for 6 weeks to train him. If he works for 6 weeks, then he's showing that he's going to work.
Maybe his brother doesn't need the help anymore.
No, you're right. My brother don't need the help anymore. For the last 12 years,
It doesn't matter if he needs help.
sending him.
It's about helping somebody else. So you're putting out there and you're getting to shovel pig shit for 6 weeks.
Well, you know what? I have with this business venture that I have tried it in my own province, and they're in Leyte, and with the product, and in 1 month, we put in 40,000 pesos in a month. So that helped him there, and then I supply him with the products.
Well, hey, Roberto. So here's the thing. Basically, what you're doing is the investment is so small dollar-wise that let's just say you invested in the 10 guys. Even if you hit good on 3 of these guys that become successful, in the other say 7 bust out, you'll still make money basically, right?
Right.
So
right.
that's the odds that you're playing, kind of.
And at the same time, I'm helping them. And while
at the same time, you're helping them. And then if because maybe out of 10, maybe 2 will go bust, won't be able to do it. Maybe the other 2 will break even, and you might make money on 6 of them guys will be profitable. But your break even might only be 2 guys be profitable, and anything above that, whatever your number is, then you're in the money. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like you're just kind of playing the odds. You don't want all your money into one guy. You'd rather just spread it out over different people, because some of them are going to go bust. Yeah, it's a great concept.
But Victor did say said a good thing. If he is working something like working with Roberto's brother or something like that, he can get cut with his SSI or his SSD.
So you pay him cash. You're not going to be paying check or none of that shit. You just pay. He's going to make cash. This is a cash business, right? Everything's cash in the Philippines. It's all cash anyway. It's a cash business.
The thing is,
But another thing about Social Security, I don't mean to cut you off, Roberto. One thing about Social Security, you can make up to a certain dollar amount and still be fine.
It depends what kind of Social Security. If he's got Social Security SSDI, where he's hurt, I don't think he can work at all. I don't know. But I know, like, for example, if I take Social Security at 62, I can make up to, like, my Social Security be about 20 grand a year. I can make up to 40, an additional 20 before I have to pay 1 for 1.
That's what I was saying. Like, it all depends on what you're on.
Yeah, but he's got disability Social Security. I don't know. Can you work with disability Social Security? You might not be able to. I don't know. You may. I don't know. I don't know what the laws are on that. Disability, Social Security, SSDI.
Yeah, Mikey, you can work with limitations.
Oh, you can? Oh, shit.
Yeah. What were you saying, Roberto?
Well, anyways, my concept is if I can help, let's say, a dozen people in a dozen different places, then yeah, I can make my cut and they can make their cut. As long as I can trust them with initial investment that I put up as capital. That's just my deal.
Yeah. See, what I would like to know more what you're doing, because eventually, when I do make it to, I'm living there full time. I'm going to be having a basically kind of like a boarding house for expats.
And that's who I target. People who like expats who needs that little bit of money to like pay off the bills or
get money for food or whatever. Yeah, I mean that
help make things meet.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, meet ends meet.
And I guarantee you, you'd be surprised. You'd be so surprised on the product I'm trying to pitch here. But I'm not going to say anything because I promised a couple of people that I would present it to them first when I get there, because I'll have the product with me. But it's like I said, I did a test run in my province. In 1 month, we made over 40,000 pesos, 45,000 pesos in 1 month. And that was just, okay, for example, if you got a product and you buy it here in the States for, let's say, 3 cents. Let's say that this product's a widget, okay? You buy this widget for 3 cents. You take it to the Philippines and you sell it for 20 pesos, okay? For 20 pesos. And so, yeah, you make a lot of money, right? Especially if you bring, let's say, 5,000 pieces of widgets or maybe 20,000 pieces of widgets.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. That first run I did in 2000, right after the big typhoon they had in Leyte. The following year, in 2014, I went there with this product because this product could be used for everything. It could be used for fishing. It could be used for safety. It could be used for a lot of things, and then also for fun too. So I brought it over and I tested it, and it went like crazy. It went crazy. I mean, kids were coming and buying it, with 400 or 500 pesos a pop. They went to their parents and say, "Mom, I need, I need 50 pesos. I want to buy, 10 widgets or whatever." It went crazy. And so I figured, well, I'll slow down, hold it off, and then make a big push on my next trip. I'm thinking of bringing in 150,000 pieces, and that way I can distribute it to, 4 or 5 different people.
Richard said we need to bring some dairy cows over there.
I know, for milk, yeah.
Yep. But it's like I said, trying to help somebody else is a good thing. But will the person really try to change, or will he just be trying to screw you over?
Well, like who said that? Jerry or Jason? I'm going to fill them out.
Jerry, yeah.
Yeah, Jerry. I'm going to fill them out first, and of course, I know where they live, so trust me, you don't want to screw me.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I thought you was talking about that Barry guy.
Well, him too.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, he has a bad reputation, but I mean, if it can help him, and that way he doesn't embarrass himself. All I care about is him not embarrassing himself in front of the YouTube community, in front of his subscribers. I mean, every time he talks, he sounds like a typical dumb ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I didn't like. That's why I
Does.
didn't like him and Jay talking about doing a fight with that hobo guy, because if something happened to him, he could point the finger and saying that it was him that did it. You know?
Well, it's not just that, Kevin. I'm just saying. Every time he opens his mouth, he embarrasses himself and his girlfriend. And I feel sorry for his girlfriend because she's a Filipina, you know, and
Yeah.
a fellow Filipino. I don't want her looking stupid.
Yeah.
You know, so
'Cause we got to stick together.
yeah, if we just keep everything under wraps, you know, and not him talking about money at all, then he'll be better off.
Mikey said, Roberto. Mikey said, he's gonna report back to you after he meets him.
Okay.
Thank you, Mikey.
One thing that Barry said, man, is that, you know, he said he doesn't like when they're talking about Myra and they're getting on Myra and all that, right?
Nobody's talking about Myra, man.
But the
Well,
thing,
I didn't know they were.
Yeah,
but,
I
but,
don't think so.
but the thing is this. When you put yourself out there, you're subjecting her to these things.
Right.
Exactly.
And that's what a lot, and that's what
on what you do.
Exactly, Kev. I don't think he's understanding that it's putting her to this. So it's opening that door. Once you don't have that, if you don't have that door open, nothing's gonna come through it.
Yeah, but you know what?
Because see, when you get drunk and you do something stupid, and then her parents hear about it, and then her parents will tell his girlfriend. So I mean, no matter what, it comes back to you.
Yeah. And you know what, guys? One of the bad things that happened to Barry, I think getting a little notoriety here on Facebook, I don't think was a good thing for him. You know what I mean? I don't think so, because I think he's got...
It made him famous?
Well, he's got too much invested. I think he thinks too much of being popular on YouTube. And I think he doesn't understand that there's no money in YouTube. It's really just a social thing now. And I think he thinks he can make more money on YouTube, but he doesn't realize that he can't. The rug's been pulled out from under him.
It's not YouTube five years ago.
I think.
What's that? What's that, Jason?
It's not YouTube of 5 years ago.
Or it's not YouTube of a year ago. Or 6 months ago, yeah. So, and I don't think Barry really realizes that. I don't think he just, he needs to just use YouTube as a social platform, because there's really no money in it, man. Use it in a way where if you got a product, maybe sell it through, your subscribers or whatever, whatever. But he doesn't quite understand that. He's not at that level.
Did you see what Mikey just said?
What's that?
Bama already got Myra to get a tattoo, so he talked her into it.
That's dumb. Well, we
don't know about that one though. I don't know if there was any coercing that he did to her. She might have wanted it. Who knows? Yeah. We only see what's being put on YouTube. Yeah. So I mean, we can only go by that, but I mean, with that, yeah, that might be right. I mean, he based on a YouTube, he could have talked her into it.
Yeah, that's how it just sounded like he did a good job in convincing her.
Yeah, I know. To me, it's like the blind leading the blind, man. In a relation. No, I'm not saying that in a mean way. In a relationship, you got to have two factors. You got to have one that's a leader, and the other one's a follower. But that follower has to have 100%, has to be able to believe the leader. And the question is, I think you've got two followers in that relationship. You got two followers in that relationship. Neither one of them are really a leader. Actually, she's probably more of a leader than he is. Yeah.
You know what? My question on that. Why is he getting new tattoos?
Yeah, doesn't that? Well, I don't know. Is it cheap to get a tattoo? But the question is, he's wasting money.
Yeah.
Wasting money.
Yeah.
That's the point. Here's a guy needs to get furniture, and then he's fucking around. Excuse me. He's wasting money on tattoos, drinking, this, that. I mean, again, I don't know. I have no comment.
You know,
No comment.
I'm just putting like I said yesterday on the What Do You Call. I'm just putting like 2 and 2 together. I'm just adding things up, and it's not adding up.
Yeah, I don't know,
Yeah.
Roberto. You got to really think this
the
one out,
lines
Roberto.
don't connect.
Yeah.
Exactly, Kev.
Hey, which avatar is showing on YouTube? Is it the one with my wife or?
Yeah, you and your wife.
Yeah, your wife. She's the pretty lady.
What? The thumbnail? You mean?
Yeah.
No, the one I see is the one you're in the water, man. With
really?
your arms out.
Oh, really?
That's the one I see.
On actual YouTube, the broadcast
on
on YouTube.
YouTube?
Well,
Yeah,
I
don't
see a blonde lady hugging this not very handsome looking guy. He get a nice haircut though, but that's it.
Yeah, 20 years today, guys. 20 years today.
Wow.
Good work, man.
Oh shit! Wow.
Oh, today's your anniversary?
Yes, sir.
Congrats.
And did you have to be reminded? I bet.
No. Well, she gave me a nice watch and new
Really?
ring band for my anniversary. Yeah.
Well, I used to have an anniversary. Does that count? I got married. I got married on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
If that means anything.
Hey, Mikey, are you a drinking man by chance?
I think he said he quit drinking. Hey, Richard, how come you left us?
No, because I'm bringing okay, all right, Mikey. Yeah, no, I'm bringing my fiance's father and the brothers some Maker's Mark because I'm an ambassador to the Maker's Mark brand.
Oh, what is that? Wine, whiskey?
Whiskey.
Oh.
Yeah, I actually have I have my own barrel being distilled right now.
Oh, so you brew your own stuff also?
No, I don't brew it. They set aside a barrel for me.
Oh, you're talking about like an aging barrel, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm an ambassador.
The one with the charcoal in inside of it.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they're over in Kentucky.
Close to where I live or in the middle?
You know what? I have to double check.
Because I live towards Nashville and towards Evansville, Indiana, and so I live real closer to the Indiana part, but I think I live like an hour and 40 minutes from Nashville.
They're in Laredo. Or Loretto.
So you gonna send me a sample box?
Yeah, I'll get you some. My barrel won't. Yeah, I'll get you some. My barrel barrel doesn't mature until 2021. That's when my
well, not that far, right?
No. I can still get some that's not in my specific barrel.
And how big is your barrel? Is it a 60 or is it a 55?
I have to double check with them. I just have the plaque from the barrel. I haven't been to the actual distillery yet, but I plan on doing a trip there.
Kentucky moonshine. I tried moonshine once when I was in Seattle.
Yeah, I'm not a big drinker. I drink here and there, but I do like whiskey and the bourbons every once in a while.
Kind of like one of those gentleman drinks when you have that big sifter.
Yeah, exactly. Just get a cigar, puff on a cigar, and have a little whiskey.
Yeah.
Or some scotch.
Kind of like what Boss Hogg used to have, right?
Yeah.
Didn't he have one of those big glasses?
Yeah, tumblers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good hobby if you become your own brewmaster. Like if you have if you do like beer, wine, like doing a homemade.
That's what a lot of people are doing. A lot of people are doing these microbreweries and getting into business that way too.
And every state they have you just have to notify what you're doing, and is it for your own consumption, stuff like that, or is it like a hobby?
Yeah, there are licenses that you have to get before you get into all that.
Yeah. So it's a good hobby because they have competitions. You all get together like a club.
With beer, spirits, all different types of spirits. They have all kinds of different micro breweries that little competitions and everything that they do all across the U.S.
Oh yeah, yeah. No. I was just saying when I was in Seattle, up in Everett, Washington. A buddy of mine, I stayed with him for like a month, and he turned me on to moonshine.
You know what? They do a lot of beer, beer in that Northwest area is really big right now. Maker's Mark is very similar to those two. I think Maker's Mark is by itself. I don't think it's owned by Jim Beam or Jack Daniels.
I was just reading what Richard was just saying. Yeah, I mean, if you could do that kind of stuff, that's a good hobby. When you're in the Philippines, and if your family or your girlfriend and your wife's family have sugar cane, that's pretty good making that.
Yeah, my fiance, she has a sugarcane farm right now, 10 hectares of sugarcane being grown.
Well, that's a good size. That's a very big, because a hectare is isn't it like 2.4 acres, 6 acres?
2.4.
2.4.
Yeah.
Is 1 hectare?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Mikey says he brings bottle to the Philippines. How's that work? Can you bring liquor?
Oh yeah.
You can bring multiple bottles as long as it's less than 1 liter per person.
Okay, it's the same as when we went into Guam. I remember back in the
So each bottle has to be less than 1 liter?
Yeah.
Oh.
No. From how I read it, it has to be a total. Like if you're bringing in multiple bottles, it has to be less than 1 liter. Combined.
Oh, you mean? Oh, okay. So that's not very much then. Basically, yeah. So less. Well, what's the average bottle? What's the size of an average bottle? Is that 1 liter?
Like a long neck.
I'll have to double check.
I'm not sure.
You know, don't they got that duty-free stuff or something like that you can buy?
Yeah,
over there?
I think that's what it was referring to, was the duty-free stuff.
I think
Yeah,
it's
because
duty-free.
but that's with your carry-on, and when you buy it, they put it in like a double bag and then they seal it.
Oh,
But like it won't make a mess or break open. But
Mikey
like
says,
in your personal baggage, I think you can have like a whole. I don't know. I think you can bring a whole bunch because I brought like 4 of those mason jars, but they're all sealed and they couldn't be broken.
Yeah,
oh
what-
man.
yeah, 250 milliliters to like 700 milliliters on an average bottle. 750 milliliters on an average bottle.
So
Yeah.
that's for like a long neck.
Oh, dude, you know what I did one time? I went to France. This is many, many years ago because I got a lot of relatives there, and I took a case of red wines because they always talk about, oh, how's that California wine and stuff. And I was coming through customs with that case, and the custom guy looks at me and goes, you know, you're only supposed to have 1 liter. I go, shoot, you know, because I thought they were going to just take the rest and just drink it themselves. But they let me slide. They let me go through with it because I just played stupid.
Mikey said 2 bottles and 2 cartons of cigarettes to the duty free.
Oh.
But that again, that's with your. But you can buy the bottles and the cigarettes when you're on the flight, because they have those stewardess, and they take your order, but you can buy it also.
No, but I think
like
that's
that.
I think
You
that's,
still got to get through customs, though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Through customs.
Yeah, you still got to go through customs, Kev, in the Philippines.
Even when you're on the flight, like in the airplane.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it doesn't matter where you get the liquor, whether it's before you get on a plane or after or during the flight. It's when you get through customs coming into Manila, you know, at the airport, coming out. I think.
Yeah, it's still, you still have to, like, because you're declaring what you're bringing in.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but man, Kev, I seen 20 people at one time, man.
Yeah, I know, but that's when I went to the bathroom. But when I came back, when I came back, and then everybody left.
They all ran away.
They smelled you
Yeah.
when you came
Yeah,
out.
you're down to 17, man.
Well, I washed my hands, you know.
At least you wash your hands. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I even took a bath. I mean, not a bath, but I took a shower this morning so I could smell good for everybody. Yeah.
Get you some
It's a little bit of a cloudy day outside. The sun's out. It looks pretty nice. My cousin, my cousin's wife, she drove a van track lawnmower. That's the mower that has 8 wheels, like 2x2 next to each other.
Is it a sit down?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all four-wheel drive, but you got 8 wheels. Kind of like a semi back.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's like a semi.
Yeah, but the tires are like those. Remember those ATV machine? It has like a 6-wheeler, but this is a but the tires on the mower is like right next to each other. They're all connected. Then you got the blades. She has a 70-inch dock in front. And it's a floating mower blades. But I got a picture of it in my paperwork. But on my sites. That's pretty good.
Victor wants to know how big the property is.
What's that?
Victor wants to know how big the property is.
Oh, okay, wait, how big?
How much land is on
that? We have, man, that's huge. It's 4.5 acres.
Nice.
It's all manicured. It's not mine. It's my cousins and my aunt, my uncle's house, and they're just nice enough to let me stay here. They're both retirees, and when they were living in Utah, my cousin found this place on real estate paperwork magazines, but it was on the computer, and it was dirt cheap. The house, a lot of properties like here in the central part of U.S. is very cheap, huge, and this didn't really cost as much.
That's a big, like, I think that's more education. A lot of people don't have the knowledge. They think that, oh, everything's so expensive and it's so dire. Going back to like what we were talking about earlier, but it's just a lack of knowledge, man. It's just a lack of like of knowledge of how to either buy a property, or because most people are not property owners.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say
most people are a little bit afraid to venture.
Well, it's the biggest investment you'll ever do. Think about it. So you can lose a lot of money in real estate if your timing's off.
Yeah.
I mean, they're generally in the old days, and we're talking about, if you look at the last real estate rally, which started around 96 till about 2006, 2007, that rally lasted about 11 years. But this next rally, which we're, I think, towards the end of, is only about good for about 7-8 years now. So we may be at the end of this rally, guys. So if anybody's thinking about selling, you might really look into possibly selling.
I had my house when I was married. I was married 7 years ago, but we built our house and bought our house. We bought it in 2008, and that was
you bought it at the height.
No, that's when everything was crashing.
Yeah, but you still bought it at the height, because the real estate market bottomed out in 2012.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
I didn't lose out on it. I didn't lose out on it because when I got divorced, everything went into her. I let her have the house. Let her.
She cashed you out. Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying, when it bottomed in 08, even though the crash started in 08, again, here's what a lot of people make mistakes in. Yeah, the crash started in 08. So in 09, they go, ooh, I'm getting a good deal. It's 20% lower than last year.
Yeah,
but you're not really getting a good deal because the market could keep falling. I bought mine in 2014. Okay, I was trying to do a deal in 13 because it bottomed out around 2012, 2013. I couldn't pull the trigger because I got outbid a couple of times. And once I learned how to bid in Chicago, because I was doing it elsewhere, prior to the crash, I was flipping properties in Wisconsin. Kenosha, Wisconsin, I made some money there. And I was actually lucky that I had no properties by the time the crash hit. So I was extremely lucky. So then I come back to Chicago when the prices are lower, and then it's a different market. You got to learn how to bid, because in Chicago, man, you jump on a property, there's 5, 6, 7 bids at the same time as yours. So you obviously don't want to be trying to overbid each other. Then there's no money to be made.
Mikey 550 was doing flipping.
Yeah, he was telling me about that. I think he's doing his out in Indiana or whatever he was doing, but he was telling me a little bit about that too.
The thing is that all it takes is one person. All it takes is one person to teach you how to do it and show you how to do it.
But Jason, it's not hard. Okay, now hang on. Let me rephrase that. I'm sorry. It's for some people it's easy. For others it's harder. And you being in a trading industry, you do a lot of forecasting, right?
Yeah.
And it's same with me. I did a lot of forecasting as a trader because I was actually a chartist, an analyst, as well as trading my own stuff. So I just took what I did in that industry and just shifted over to real estate. Same thing. Whether you're watching stocks, whether you're watching futures, whether you're doing real estate, it all has a trend.
Nobody.
Now, some of them may be a trend 5 years. Some may trend. Some industries trend 20 years. Some 15. You just got to figure out what the trend is and where are you in the trend when you're looking to buy. That's the main thing.
A thing is too is that a lot of people think that, oh, this is a total different field. They're not really different fields. It's like you just have to adjust slightly what your skills are.
No, that's true.
There are
totally true. But here's the thing.
There are differences.
Well, here's the thing. The problem that a lot of people run into, they think just because they bought a piece of property that they're going to make tons of money. And that's incorrect. Because, one of the big mistakes that people do, there's actually two ways of making money in real estate. You can either buy for a long-term hold and you want to be a landlord to make money on renting it out. Or if you're going to go the flipping route, you go to flipping route. That means you're going to have that property short term. But here's the problem with people that try to flip. Okay, and this the huge mistake. There's guys that go in there and say, yeah, I'm going to flip this property in a couple of years, and then they say, oh, I'm going to buy something that needs work, and they always underestimate how much work they got to put into it, and they always put too much money in. They never get their money out. What I do is I'll go in and I'll pay up for a property. Now, I'm a flipper now, okay? I flip, but I'll pay up an extra $5-10 grand for a property where I know when I look at it that this guy, the previous owner, did this, and this to the property, and he's never going to get the money out. You know what I mean? And I say, okay, it's already all fixed up. I don't anticipate putting any money into this thing for the next couple of years till I flip. I'll pay up to get it to make sure I get the deal, and then boom, there it is. I got it. Like on my last property, I bought a condo. All right, I paid 100 and it was up for 125. I bid up to get it at 135. Got it. I was there a little bit over 2 years. I sold it myself. I put it on the MLS myself. I didn't even use a broker. So I picked up an extra $5 grand on the seller side, and I made a quick $60K. I sold it for 186. See what I'm saying?
And it's all about.
And I didn't do nothing to it. I sunk less than $1,000 in 2 years. So sometimes it's better to pay up than to try to get something for a good deal, and you underestimate how much money you got to put into it. So
yeah, people see, like we all say, people think about, I'm gonna get into it and get rich out of it. I'm gonna get. They're counting. They're counting their chickens before they even hatch.
Yeah,
true. Yeah,
knowing that some of those chickens are gonna die.
Yeah. Hey
so
guys,
you get out when the going's good.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You got to get out before the trend's over. Like, and one last thing I just want to mention about here before I go, because I'm getting off work here, is on this real estate rally here. This is not a true rally. This is just a bounce from how much it fell from 2008. It fell. Property values fell about 50% when they bottomed out in 2012. I'm just playing the bounce up. This property values are going to go down even further, guys, in the long term. Now, you're not going to see a crash like you did in 08, but over the next decade or so, they're going to go down, slowly trend downwards. And the reason is the middle class got gutted. They're the ones that generally, will push prices up, but there is no middle class. The middle class is making about $15 an hour, maybe $18 an hour.
Yeah,
how is that going to push any kind of market rally?
The system's still trying to normalize also.
Yeah, it's going to have to. You're going to have to bring prices back down, and the banks want these prices back down so they can, really start doing another real long-term rally. That's what they want. Yeah. The banks don't want to invest at these prices. They really don't. They don't want to risk it. It's too much risk for them.
Yeah.
But hey, guys, I gotta go, man. I'm getting off work. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it, guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Big Cat.
No problem, buddy. Hey,
thank you. Have a good one, everybody.
If you do send me that, I just gotta give you my address or something.
Huh?
Oh, what?
That booze.
Oh yeah. I'll hit you up on Facebook.
All right, buddy. Thanks. Yeah. On that note, Jason, give me your last words.
Stay classy, man. Just everybody be good out there, man.
Yeah, it's easy to be good. It's not fun looking behind your back and being naughty, because there are people out there that's paying attention So when you mess up, there's like a ripple effect. Hey, Roberto, what do you got to say, buddy?
All the expats, if they want to move to the Philippines and buy property, just put it in my name. I'll take care of it. No problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's a thought, you know. I mean, all your business, you know. If you're gonna open up a business,
always plan. Plan before you make anything, man. Before you make any
don't go don't be like me and go gung ho and thinking that there is a at the end of the rainbow there's a house with a picket fence, because that's not true. If you plan ahead and you make a goal, you can make a short-term goal and then reach that goal, and then you make another goal, and then you make another goal, and then you have a long-term goal also. So if you have that kind of thinking, that planning ahead, you're not going to have too many things holding you down. But if you go and do something thinking about the little head and making him take control out of everything, that kind of messes everything up. So listen to people before you take a jump.
Yeah, definitely, Kev.
Well, you guys, Jason, Grim, you were being pretty quiet the whole day, buddy.
Yeah, we was talking too much, man.
Well, it's 2:20 in the morning, so you know.
Yeah. So I hope you got a couple of cat naps in between. I appreciate you coming on and talking to you, because you always leave good comments when you came on before. So I wanted to have you come on this time and be live. So I hope, thanks for coming on and giving me some verbal things. And then Richard, thank you for coming on board. Jason, it's always good. I'll talk to you guys later. Mikey 550, talk to me and let's make a date on coming down here in Kentucky and visiting me, because I want to have a live cast with Mikey 550 before he leaves. So that's my plan. It's a beautiful day out there. Try to go out there and make the best of what you can do. And if you can't do it, it's okay to pray and, ask the guy upstairs for help. Sometimes that works, but if you don't try, you won't know. So there is always a higher power. My next door neighbor, he might know a question and he could solve the problem. So always try it out yourself first. And if you can't do it, sometimes if you say a quick prayer, you take a moment and do some thinking. Sometimes you could solve it yourself. All right, but don't cheat, and because if you be like me, I made a couple of mistakes, and I had a lot of people told me don't do it, but I didn't listen. So always learn from your mistakes. I appreciate you guys coming on. Have a good day. I'll talk to you. Hell, I might even talk to you tonight. I appreciate it. We had a great time. You guys have a good time. And always have a smile. All right, you guys. Have a good day. I'm out. Yeah. Got to take my medicine. Thanks, Roberto. Victor, Jimmy, man, 550, Mikey. Yeah, it's always good talking to you guys. You know, just long day already. I got to take my meds, take a nap. All right, you guys, because you guys keep me from taking my meds. Because if I take my meds, I get more livelier. Or sometimes I feel sleepy. I got to take some now, and then I'm going to take my nap. All right, you guys. Talk to you guys later.